What's up, it's Sultan100mill. We back at the Rap Gallery. Today I got a guest.
Zilla.
Zilla, what's up, Zilla?
You already know, sir. It's good to be here, you feel me?
You already know. So tell the people who you are and where you from, like a little bit about yourself.
Well, you know, I'm Zilla. You feel me? I'm from 570 up top, holding it down. I was going for a minute, so that's why y'all probably don't recognize me, but y'all about to. You know what I mean? Y'all about to see me around. Crazy.
For sure. So you say you was going for a minute. Let's start there. Let's elaborate there.
For
Tell
sure.
people a little bit more.
So, you know what I mean? Back in like 2012, 2011, you know what I mean? I caught a home invasion charge, got locked up, went inside, you know what I mean? Had to do 10 years, you know what I mean? And in that time, you know what I mean, it was a learning experience, you feel me? I lost my pop, you know what I mean, who was real tight. Me and him was real tight, so, you know what I mean, I'm going to dive more into that, you know what I mean? We talk more about the tape, but like, he influenced a lot of my tape that I'm about to drop, so you know what I mean, losing him during that time was like a real turning point in my life, you know what I mean? So now we got the ball and we try and run with it.
Yeah, for sure. So while we here on the jail situation, let's talk like so what would you say to, how old are you now?
29.
29. So you was 19 when it happened. So what would you say to a youngin' that's 19 out in the streets, like just, you know, like kind of that's like how you was? I'm sure you probably see him every day. What would you tell them to keep them from going into the direction that you went into?
Well, you know what I mean, I seen it firsthand, so like the shit that, you know what I mean, the youngins out here doing and, you know what I mean, whatever they got going on out here, like, it ain't worth it at all. Like, you know what I mean? Like, people gotta realize, you mean, that shit that a lot of these rappers is saying in their raps is just raps. It's an art. You know what I mean? But like today, you know what I mean, with the youngest growing up, like hip hop is a big genre. It's like one of the biggest genre. It is the biggest genre in the world right now, I believe. So it got a lot of like influence on the kids. So like, you know what I mean? But the decisions that the kids is making right now is just not worth it. I seen it firsthand. So like, that's why I'm here right now, like doing it the way that I'm doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I think like that was good that you touched on like the influence. You know what I'm saying? Like the influence of like the artists and stuff like that, of what, you know, they might be portraying in the music to the youngins, like to understand that it's rap. Like it's not real.
Yeah.
Or at least if you think it's real, don't take it as being real. You know what I'm saying? Because you get yourself in a bad situation for real.
And most of the time when rappers is talking like that, like they talking on what they done before in the past. They not talking about what they doing at this moment, because like that'll just be like stupidity. So like basically, like, you know what I mean, like they just talking about what they done. So like basically, like they learned, like, so like music was a way out for them, basically. Like that was their way out. Right. You know what I mean? And they just giving y'all insight on what their life was before the music gave them that door. So it's not us telling y'all to go out there and do this and do that. You know what I mean? Because, you know what I mean, it's just not worth it. Like, it's too much easy money out there. Go and get it.
For sure. What inspired you to make music?
You know, with my dad growing up, you know what I mean, my dad was into jazz and stuff, so like I seen him like waking up in the morning and stuff like that, like listening to jazz. Like he was heavy influence on me. Like that's what got me into music from the door. And then just like I remember the first album that I bought was it was Jadakiss, you feel me? Which one was that? Put your hands up. Was that the name of his first album?
Jadakiss' first album was On My Way to Philly to see that joint. Was that Kiss of Death or something like that?
No, I think it was definitely you know what I mean, Put Your Hands Up. I think that was the name of his first album. But yeah, like once I got my hands on that, it was rap for me. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't no trumpets like my dad. Like that's what my dad was into, trumpets and horns and shit. You know what I mean? It's a good vibe and it influenced me. It made me want to do music. But once I heard that first Kiss album, it was rap.
Yeah, man, that's tough for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, basically seeing it in the house and then picking up on it. So what age was that you say that you started it?
I remember my first karaoke machine and my mom and dad bought me. I was like 7 years old. I used to get beats. I used to get old beats and shit and rap over them and shit on the cassette tape.
Yeah, for sure.
I used to, just be listening to it on my own. And it's crazy because I used to give it to my dad too. My dad used to take it, you know what I mean? He used to listen to it. He used to hate what I used to be talking about. I was 7 years old talking crazy. But, you know what I mean? He understood what I was trying to do.
Shout out to the inspirers, man. Like, was there any artists?
Absolutely.
Outside of Kiss, like any up and coming artists you've seen in the streets that inspired you?
Well, up and coming now or like
back then, like when you first
back then, you know,
was
it
a
was
youngin', like
back then it was Meek and Wayne, like Meek and Wayne had, was definitely my upbringing. You know what I mean? Those two was on repeat. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? They was you know what I mean? Big influences like on my sound, not my sound, cause like my sound, I don't sound like nobody, like, but on like how to put together like my bars or like my music, you know what I mean? Like the cadences, you know what I mean? Like the delivery, like, you know what I mean? Like you could probably, you know what I mean, see where I get that from, and, you know what I mean? And that's Wayne and me.
Yeah, for sure. Describe your style then.
My style is talk. You know what I mean? For the most part, I like to talk. I like to paint a picture, you know what I mean, to what I'm saying. But not only that, like I'm an artist all the way, like R&B, you know what I mean? I got videos out there, you know what I mean, music that y'all gonna hear soon, but like I'm a true R&B artist, like, you know what I mean, rap artist, pop artist, like, you know what I mean, so whatever they want, I'm be able to deliver, you know what I mean, street, you know what I mean, anything, like, you mean, like, you just give me something to rap about and we gonna go and put it together.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be that.
So how was you able to like mix in everything like that? Like to even be able to feel like that, you know, you can do pop and you can do rap and just all these different styles.
Yeah, it came about in jail, like, you know, just having time to like develop, like, you know what I mean? And I had my cousin, he's still incarcerated, you know what I mean? Free Leon, he about to come home too, so like watch out for him. But he really the first person that got me like to try to sing, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? If it wasn't for him, then like R&B Zilla probably wouldn't like really be like even have the balls to try to sing. You feel me? Like a lot of niggas is scared to step out their box, to be honest. So like, you know what I mean? They worry about what the other nigga gonna say. You know what I mean? But I got a talent. I want to let everybody hear my talent. I ain't gonna hold it back, cause you know what I mean.
So you need auto tune and stuff like that. You feel like, or you feel like you got like an instrument voice.
You know, it seems like everybody auto tuning right now though. Like I feel like auto tune is part of music right now. Like I don't need auto tune. I would prefer it though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna sit up here and say I'm Trey Songz or like I'm R. Kelly. You know what I mean? I ain't none of them. Definitely not Bull, but you feel me? Like, you know what I mean? I just know what I'm doing. Like, I know, you know what I mean? I feel like my voice, my tone can keep up with what's going on right now in the R&B game. Like,
yeah.
You know
What's
what I
your
mean?
take on the whole music industry right now? Because like the whole R&B and shit like that, that's kind of like faded a little bit.
Yeah, like it's sad what's going on with R&B right now. Like, and then like a lot of these boys are getting up there, like, and they're not putting on right. You know what I mean? But the rap game is solidified right now. Like, it's just all new. It's always new artists. You know what I mean? Coming out and they all hot. Like, you know what I mean? But
Break down your definition of what you think like putting on should be. Like when you say a lot of dudes getting up there and putting on, like break down what you feel like putting on basically should be.
putting on should be, you know what I mean, making sure where you come from is straight. Making sure your family is straight. Making sure the people who was there when you ain't had nothing is straight.
Yeah.
That's putting on. You know what I mean? Like putting on ain't screaming out where you from or posting pictures or, you know what I mean, free him and you ain't picking up no collects or you ain't sending no ones, like, you know what I mean? Like, niggas need to know the definition of put on. And I'm be honest, like, niggas really do know, but like they not really putting on.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like the game's so competitive. Like,
Yeah.
like motherfucker, like the older I got, the more I seen motherfuckers just hiding shit from me.
Yeah.
Like just with regular life period, just game in life.
Yeah.
Like it's like a nigga don't really want you to get it, or somebody don't really want you to have the information that you need.
I think like now it's worse. I think everybody had a taste of that money like 2 years ago, you know what I mean? So like everybody had a little taste of money. So like, and then when you take that away from motherfuckers, like, you know what I mean? Now like it's more envy, more hate. Now it's more like just like a lot of net shit. Like, and you know what I mean? It's just not right what's going on right now.
So when did you exactly come home from jail?
I came home November 2021.
2021. So you just came home. So
Yeah, I've been home for like 8 months.
So how did you get to start spreading your buzz from jail before you actually made it home?
Yeah, so by me being up there, you know what I mean, just doing like talent shows, like rapping in the yard, everybody coming out, seeing that shit. I was able to meet somebody that was had little connections, you know what I mean, to young Chris and Neef, you know what I mean, like they kind of like brothers, you know. So I mean, he locked me in with them, and we got so tight, it's like family now, like, you know what I mean. So
when you say who you speaking of when you saying you got so tight?
Me and Bird got tight from being in jail, you know what I mean, just being in jail. Me and him got tight. Came home, he introduced me and young Chris and young Neef, and ever since then it's just been like family vibes. It's just been all love. Like they just been showing me love, just helping me push my brand and helping me, you know what I mean, try to get to the next level.
Yeah. So as far as like you came home and you put together a team right away and got the Chris and Neef, or how did that?
Well, you know what I mean, it was all work. It was all work. You know what I mean? Like it was all work and it cost.
Yeah.
You know, Bird, I met Bird, like you mean my man that I was telling you about, I met him, like he put everything in place. You know what I mean? He put the studios in place. He opened a lot of doors that it would have took me time to open. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
it would have took a serious grind, you know what I mean, for me to open them doors, and he opened them for me already. So, you know what I mean? So big ups to Bird, free Bird, and he incarcerated doing this, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Free Bird.
What's good? It's your boy 100mill.
It's your boy Zilla.
Damn, my bad.
I
threw you off. You ready now, huh? Oh, hell
You
yeah.
a co-host now.
I'm ready.
His ass ready. What's good? It's your boy 100mill.
This your boy Damn, I fuck, bro.
Let
All right, yeah,
let me
back at
introduce
first.
it, and then I'll bring it to you.
All right.
All right. What's up? It's your boy 100mill. We're in Pro Sound Recording Studio, Gold Room. You already know, Rap Gallery. I'm here with my man.
Zilla, you already know what it is, you feel me? Pro Sound Studio, we up in here, lighting it on fire like we always do, showing love.
You already know, man. What's your favorite strand to smoke, man?
Busthead.
Busthead, that's your favorite strand?
Busthead,
What
everything.
strand is that?
Busthead is a part of Jokes Up, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Jokes Up is kind of like a new strand, and Busthead is a new strand under that. It's been around for like a year, you know what I mean? And me and the person, the developer of Busthead, got real tight through my connections with Bird. Remember we was talking about Bird, you know what I mean, and Young Chris and them, you know what I mean? So you know what I mean, everything, like the plan, I got a lot of emotions. I got a lot of emotions to it, and you know what I mean. You mean with the Busthead, you know what I mean, coming out with my own strand,
Yeah.
coming out with my own bags, you know what I mean, and you know what I mean, and starting, you know what I mean, the music, you know what I mean, being like kind of like a first artist coming up under, you know what I mean, like that whole situation, not like signing the deal or nothing, but like, you know, just the love, like, you know, the family type stuff, like, you know what I mean, but you know, when that money start coming in, like, them papers gonna want to be signed, you feel me?
They want the paper.
Right.
What you think about paperwork and stuff like that? Like, you protect, like, people on your team with paperwork and stuff like that, or no?
Well, you know what I mean, like, we definitely been start talking about that because stuff is starting to, like, pick up, you know what I mean? In the beginning, like, you know, like, it's just, you know what I mean, everybody just trying to make it happen, you know what I mean, and we just trying to get the buzz, and now we're starting to roll, so now we starting to, everybody, you mean, I like it, though, because, like, everybody is talking to each other, like, you know what I mean, it's not, you know what I mean, hard to deal with each other here, so it's not no paperwork yet, but, like, those talks is starting to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What you want to get signed with a major label, or like what's some of your top goals?
So
I heard you say earlier, you know, you said you want the name.
For sure. So to be honest, I got two people that I'm in talks with. You know what I mean? Like, but you know, today with social media and shit, like, you be so afraid to take people serious. You feel me? But you know what I mean? Like, you know, we reached out with you to. Well, you know,
somebody hit you up.
Yeah, like, you know, you got people on Instagram that's portraying to be like somebody that's in a label and shit. So watch out for that, like, you know what I mean? Like, especially if you doing, like, getting a little traction, you gonna start having people in your DMs and stuff like that just trying to get money out of you and all that. So, like, you know, you got people portraying to be labels, you know what I mean, and people DMs and, like, getting them to do crazy shit, stealing their identity and doing crazy shit, so. But, you know what I mean, I know Squeak reached out to you about the situation and all that, so, like, we just been doing our homework, and, like, right now it's looking green, so, like, we just, you know what I mean, prayers up, you know what I mean, we just, you know what I mean, wishing for the best, you know what I mean, but it's definitely, like, I'm in the talks with two, like, little, independent, labels right now, so.
So we got any labels watching, any record execs watching? What's something that you would say you actually need as an artist, like people that can help you, because you have some people already on the team.
Well, I don't mean to cut you off, but I just need a larger audience to see me. I need people to be able to see me, like, cause where we from a little town, so, like. And then with me just being, like, I only been home for 8 months, like, I ain't really put the footwork in yet, you know what I mean? So, like, but to be honest, I did in 8 months, you know what I mean? I did a lot in 8 months, so, like, you know what I mean? But I just want to do shows. I want to perform. I want to see people. I want people to see my energy.
Yeah.
I want people to see how I can bring life to a whole arena, like. You know, I'm confident in myself that I can, you know what I mean, bring life into a crowd or arena, like, with just, like, my performances.
People, like, you feel like you're getting a lot of recognition at home for making music and stuff like that?
It was hard. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm starting to now. I'm starting to get the respect. Like, I always had the recognition, but I still had the haters and the doubters. Cause like I might didn't come home and rap the way that they thought I would rap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or drill this, drill that. You know what I mean? I'm singing like.
Yeah.
So like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? I had a lot of like haters. Like,
I remember we used to play ball.
I remember. Yeah.
You was just busting niggas' ass too.
Listen, like that was number one first.
Yeah.
That was number one first. Like, that's how a lot of, you know what I mean? I'm be honest too. Like, that's how I got a lot of people that, like, once I came home, like being a basketball player, a lot of people that I wouldn't be in contact with right now, you know what I mean, kept in contact due to basketball. You know what I mean? And that, you know what I mean? And that kind of like, you know what I mean, relationships. You know what I mean? Keeping solid relationships. You know what I mean?
What's one of the things you feel like basketball taught you in your life that you kind of like use? Like,
You need a team. You need a team. You're not gonna be able to get nowhere by yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, at all. You feel me? Like, you'll be able to do some things, but like, you'll never be able to reach your peak by yourself.
Yeah. So you from up top, Williamsport.
100%.
How your family end up in Williamsport?
Well, my mom was like, my mom and dad came up to Williamsport for rehab, to get clean. Back in like the early '90s, that was this spot where people from Philadelphia was migrating to get clean. You know what I mean? And my mom was pregnant with me. My sister was already born. Came up here and I was born and raised up top.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I went to Philly a couple times because I was up here acting up, young and naive. Me and family had to send me back to Philly. You know what I mean? To live with my sister.
See what that shit was really like.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I was up there acting a fool, you hear me? They kicked me out of Philly. Like, they said, no, send his ass back. Just, being a naive child, It taught me a lot, though, bro. Like, them early losses.
Yeah.
I took them early because the losses when you older is way detrimental. You know what I mean? Death. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I'm glad that I was able to learn early on.
Yeah. So you feel like at Williamsport, like you developed like tight bond with everybody, and like people really like. But you feel like that really came from you playing sports, and people already seeing you leak. You used to play what? What position you played?
Point guard.
Point guard, right?
Yeah, point guard. A lot of the relationships and love that I get that I would like. There's a lot of love that I get that I wouldn't have got if it wasn't for basketball.
Right.
You know what I mean? Even though my talent, you know what I mean, along with that, you know what I mean, just makes it even better that, you know what I mean, and my story is one for the books. You know what I mean? Like we can really sit here and talk about what I've been through, you know what I mean? And to come home and to put everything into action is you know what I mean? It's and I'm gonna keep working hard at it, and I'm gonna keep pushing. I'm humble. You know what I mean? I'm not taking nothing for granted.
What's one of the main things that's like pushing you to get up every day and do it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Say you're not making no money off this shit. People might not give you the likes and the shit you deserve.
Right.
Like, what makes you go and do it tomorrow?
I lost. I was rock bottom. I seen rock bottom. You know what I mean? I seen rock bottom from not having that kind of work ethic. You feel me? From being lazy. You know what I mean? Being lazy and getting it the wrong way. That's what landed me in jail.
Yeah, cause like, how did you go from playing basketball to home invasion?
It was a personality thing. Like, it was So you know what I mean, like my friends and like I was associated with people that was in the streets. You know what I mean? And I was still doing my school thing, and I was kind of like the only one that was really school, sports. After that, I'm going to the streets. So like by being in the streets, I hated to get the name of, yeah, that's little Daryl. He basketball player. So you mean being young and stupid, I felt like I had to prove myself. You know what I mean? And that was one of the ways that I was down to prove myself, which was like, and I didn't even realize like at that time like that like who I was hurting, what I was hurting. Like it was just like it was a camaraderie thing that I wanted. Like I wanted to be like respected, not just in school and in basketball, but I wanted to be respected in the streets too. And it sent me to jail for 10 years.
Yeah. So you feel like that was like, where was like the coaches and shit at? Like, did you still have relationships with your coaches or like?
I had a okay relationship with my basketball coach. I can't even blame him for nothing because I was loose. You know what I mean? He tried. He put certain things in place for me to do better. You know what I mean? But I was too latched on to my image and what people cared about me around that time at that age. You know what I mean? And it was just detrimental to my whole situation at that point because I had a scholarship to go play basketball at Penn State Wilkes-Barre. You know what I mean? And it was only Penn State Wilkes-Barre because of my grades. My grades wasn't up to par. I would have went to Penn State Wilkes-Barre, and then I got locked up. You know what I mean? So definitely a life lesson, and you know what I mean? That's why we here now. You know what I mean? To let the young know, like to let the people know that, like, you know what I mean? Like you gonna make mistakes, like them early, like when you young, you gonna make mistakes and all that. But like just listen to the ones that been through it. For real, like just listen. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, just have an open ear to it, cause they know they've been through it.
Appreciate you stopping by the rap gallery.
Sure, bro.
You got
That's
any
all
shout outs?
bro. You already know. Shout out to Squeak. Shout out to Stacks. Shout out to Lil Wok. Shout out to Frown. Shout out to Reed. Shout out to Tom with the cam. Free the Real. Free Cillian. Free Reef. If I ain't mention you, you already know it's love already. You already know. Life Denor. Lifeline. You feel me? NASA Gang. You know what I mean? Pro Sound Studios. The studio to be in. When you out PA, Harrisburg. You fucking know what the fuck it is. Zilla. Pint of Real about to drop soon. Get with it. Appreciate you, bro.
Alrighty. Appreciate y'all.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? It's another episode of the Rap Gallery. See y'all next time. 100mill.